guys, this is Cadma here from Bit and Apple TV out here in Suffolk County enjoying ourselves here. Now we're here with Billy Tucci. We were supposed to interview you the last time. And no, it's okay. It's you have noted, for those who are like watching, when you go to these conventions, it's so time consuming that you'll spend in one place and you'll be, oh, I was supposed to go talk to Billy. Crap. And then you're running over and then Billy's gone. You're the first Billy.
Yeah, I do that. I do go.
No, but I can't blame you. A lot of times at these conventions, we're here for like days at a time. It's a lot of work with the press, vendors, even just attending the cons. It's a lot of work.
Panels and things like that and meetings. You know, it's work. This is work. So we're always working. So then I take a break and I go for a walk. But, you know, I want to buy stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, so I always buy my books and things like that. So that's what I do.
So I want to ask you, how are you enjoying the con here so far? What do you think of it?
Fantastic. It's wonderful. I'm really proud of Phil, what he's done. I think he should be really proud of himself. He did an amazing job. I mean, what a great crowd. Everyone's friendly. You know what I mean? I mean, it's 3 o'clock on a Sunday and it's mobbed. It's packed. It's fantastic.
It looks really great. Now, first of all, I want to tell you, I love your Harley Quinn. That's one of my favorite things. I love your Harley Quinn. And then I want to ask you, now that when you take your breaks, what kind of books are you buying? Like, who are you buying from?
I buy, I like the old war comics. So if I find 70s, 60s war books, Sergeant Rock or Army at War, Weird War Tales, Star Spangled War Stories, that's what I buy. I love them.
Oh my God, I was not expecting an answer. I was not prepared. I was like, oh, okay. So now I want to know, do you have like the original G.I. Joes now, like at home, like for the original one?
I do have a collection. Yeah, I do have a lot of them. I got a lot of them. I got about, and I have the new ones, the Ultimate Soldiers. Well, Dragon toys are better. I probably got, man, I got to have 200 of them, I think. I got a lot of them.
That is a true collector.
I even have like Patton and Theodore Roosevelt and guys like that. I have all those cool things. George Bush off the aircraft carrier, when he came off the aircraft carrier, they made one of that. I'm like, I need that. So.
Oh my God, that is a true collector.
And airplanes and all that stuff. I have all those 1/6 scare airplanes hanging in my studio and all. Yep.
Oh my God, it's like an aviation studio. You just walk in.
Yeah. Find me on Twitter at Billy Tucci and you'll see it, or Instagram. You'll see. I'm just Billy Tucci on those, and you'll see all my. I just cleaned my studio. It took me a week or 5 days to clean my studio. And it looks great. 4 days.
Oh my God. Well, one, awesome collection. Definitely keep it up. And now, for those who are not stalking him yet, please stalk him, because now he has a cool aviation and on top of it, amazing art. Now, for those, like, you have a very distinct style. So, like, when I do go to conventions, I can spot you like a mile away. And it's not just the banner. I'm like, there goes Billy. We see him over there. How would you best describe your style?
You know, I'd have to tell you that I think, especially with like my women, that people, you know, I do war books and stuff, but my women, I went to FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology, and I was a fashion illustration major. So I think that may be why. My character's a little more elongated and maybe have a little more fashionable feel to them. I don't know. Maybe I think that's what's different.
No, that would actually make sense. I draw stick figures, so self-portraits. So yeah, no, that would make a lot of sense to me, because when I see it, I'm like, whoa, like that leaves like an impression when I see your work. You've been doing this for like such a long time. What was your favorite project that you worked on?
Oh boy,
I'll take the top 5 if you have a long list.
No, I got to think. I did the Christmas book a few years ago called The Child Is Born. Let me see if I have a copy here. Is this live or not?
No, not live. Yes, I can edit.
So I did the Christmas book. Let's take that off. So I think it's the Christmas book I did, Child Is Born, and I really loved it. It was great. You know, I never had people come up to me and actually thank me for doing a book. And I've done some really cool projects, and there's like so I just did and it's taken from the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, and there's a nativity, and I really love doing this. It was a real treat, and probably I'm really proud of it. So
quick shout out to my mom, who didn't let me have comic books.
There's a gift for your mom.
This is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to bother her. And this is one of your top favorite projects that you worked on?
So that might be, yeah. Now, of course, I love She, my original book. But you know, and as the Sergeant Rock I've done, again, that's a war comic. I work with the actual veterans of the battle. It's called the Lost Battalion, and you know, they're all gone now. All the veterans that worked on that, there's maybe 1 or 2 left, and this is 10 years ago, and we had all the or more, 11 years ago, that first one I did, and it was great to actually work with the real veterans, you know.
What was that like?
Honor them. It was unbelievable. I went to France twice. I followed in the footsteps of the battlefields and all, and it was great. Great honor.
Oh my God, so that's like the ultimate way of doing a documentary.
Yeah. I should have made a documentary of me making that series.
That is incredible. And now, for those who may not be familiar with she, they're watching. They're like, "What is this about?" They're like, "Billy's awesome. What is she?"
She is I guess you could say it's a modern day samurai story. That's really what it is, and it's the story of this woman who's been drafted into this shadow war that's existed for 500 years. But now, instead of them wearing armor and being on open fields fighting, it's all done through like politics and business and the arts. It's, you know what I mean, and they're so ingrained in all this stuff. So it's like a thriller, but it's a ghost story too, because the ghosts of the samurai in the past are in it, and it's fun. And we're bringing her back for the 25th anniversary. This June, we're launching an Indiegogo. It's called She Return of the Warrior, and it's now my character Anna is now going to be. It's 25 years removed, so now she's a single mother raising her teenage daughter, and her warrior days are far behind her, and her daughter has no idea that any of this, anything about her mother's, and it all comes back. So it's kind of like a comic book character grows up.
Sounds like my future. That's exactly what's going to end up happening. Like, you did what? Like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just how do you want your eggs? Now, for those, I mean, keep up the amazing work. I love seeing you at the cons. You're such a fun person to be around. And I do have to ask you like a history question now. You love studying, like, talking to the war veterans. Is there any particular war that you like to study the most or look at the most?
I'm really, I think just because I had the honor of meeting a lot of the World War II, just because I've got to know, my, grandfathers and then friends' fathers, and I just got to know so many of those veterans. I'm just really fascinated by, that conflict was just so huge. It was a world war, and I'm a real student of that. But I also love the Spanish-American War. I love Theodore Roosevelt. So see, I even have my little Theodore Roosevelt toy. The Colonel comes with me, my little army man, someone gave me, and he's charging up San Juan Hill. Charge!
And then last question I want to ask you, like in regards to the veterans, were there any particular, I guess, self-tribulations that they had to deal with? Because when you go into war, it changes you. Those kind of things change you. Was there any particular story that stuck with you the most?
There's a lot. Like my book, Sergeant Rock, The Lost Battalion, is based on Sergeant Rock is a famous DC character, and he's trapped behind enemy lines on it's taken off of a real battle. And they were cut off and surrounded by, it was 275 Americans cut off and surrounded by 7,000 Germans. And they tried to break through to them, and the ones that did break through to them were actually the Japanese American soldiers. So you hear that story, these Japanese American soldiers, the Nisei, who were first or second generation Japanese. So because your grandfather was born in Japan, you're now considered an enemy alien. And they literally took them from their homes, took them from their businesses, and carted them off and shipped them to concentration camps after Franklin Delano Roosevelt did it. It's called Executive Order 9066. And he basically, with a swipe of a pen, took all these families and put them in these camps in Wyoming, in California, there was 1 or 2, Texas, like all these places that they could be isolated. And something amazing happened. They all started to volunteer because we needed men. They all started volunteering and they wanted to fight. So here's all these soldiers who went halfway around the world to fight for another's freedoms when their own families were interned behind barbed wire machine guns back at home. And that's something. Look, check them out. The 442nd Regimental Combat Team. Unbelievable. Little Iron Men, they call them. Unbelievable. Unbelievable they were. God. They're my heroes. So.
No, that's amazing. I mean, if you guys aren't following Billy, you guys need to. I mean, he definitely knows his history. You must have been like the best history student ever.
It's really good. Yeah, I got a 99 on my Regents and everything, and I was mad. I did something wrong. I did something with spelling, I think, on the Regents exam is what I got a 99 on. I'm like, really, 99? I love history. Yeah, I still do. I'm a history fanatic.
No, and it shows in your work, and then with you going to FIT, the women are drawn so elegantly. I can see why now when I see it. I'm like, there goes Billy.
That's where I met my wife. I was 8 girls every guy, and half the guys are gay. So I was like, boom. I can go anywhere. Well, I could have went either way, and I would no. I would tell them, like, if we went to real college, you know, you would. It's like, no, that's not true. I'm like, yeah, there's no guys here. It's awesome. All my friends, we all marry beautiful women. So.
Hats off to Mrs. Tucci. Keep up the amazing work. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And
thank you.
Thank you so much.
We did it.
Yes.
And we gotta do it again.
Yes, we will.
It was painless, right?
Well, because we have to find out the returns of she. Like, we have to know. I have to know.
Through Indiegogo. If you, like I said, you guys follow me on Twitter or Indiegogo. I mean, or Instagram. I'm on Facebook too. You follow that, you'll see. You'll see me, and you see all the progress of it and everything like that. Oh, yeah.
And Mom, this is for you again with the comic books. Saying, bye.
Bye, guys.